So what was it like playing with Phil Ivey?
So you sitting on my direct left, I was playing with him, Botez, Magnus Carlsen,
Alan Keating, Nemo,
yeah,
my man Mo Yasu was in the mix.
Exactly.
Mo.
Yeah. So you sit in there in that lineup, and I was kind of a late addition to that. So they'd already been playing with each other. I show up in the midst of the session, playing the really the biggest game that I've ever played in. I get into the biggest pot that I've ever played, like immediately a $90,000 pot against Alan Keating, and luckily we chopped it. You're just like really trying to be present and play your best, and then it's like a surreal dream, I can't even really explain it. And I tried to capture it the best I could in the vlog, and go through all my emotions, but I don't know, it's something that I still almost can't believe that happened. And I had my biggest cash game win ever that day, so that was just like an absolute dream come true.
Yeah, I remember you came in a little bit late, had that seat open. I was like, oh, Brad's going to come in the game. And you hopped right in the mix. You had that big pot happen right away. So obviously Alan Keating, real crazy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could have anything. So I can see the nerves racking, especially when you sit down, you're kind of getting comfortable with those stakes. And that was the biggest stakes you ever played, was that game that day? I
think that was like the third time I basically played 100, 200, no limit. But with the way that the pots were going and how many, like how much was on the table, and Phil Ivey on my left and Alan Keating on my right, just sandwiched in between the two of them, was nuts.
Yeah, that was. I was watching that vlog last night actually, so kind of saw you document the hands, and thought that one was great.
Yeah, it was sick. That was the first time I really felt like I ran above Ivey in a massive game like that. I felt like I ran below Ivey in some of these other 100, 200 sessions where I essentially broke even in them. And so to run well on a stage like that, you have all the cameras running and all those like really famous people, and
everybody watching. I mean, people are going to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
We thought people were going to watch the stream. It didn't work out that way. That's what it is. But
yeah, it's crazy. Like sometimes you just put a lot of effort into something and you really never know what the results are.
You never know how it's going to work out. So, but I think it turned out well. A lot of people got good content. I thought you made a good vlog. You showed a lot of the hands as well too. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess talk about playing with Doyle Brunson. I know you guys were playing the esports arena, real nice production, nice stage setup.
Yeah.
What was it like playing with the legend?
That was equally nuts. Read a ton of, obviously read Super System and other things from Doyle, and he was a big inspiration for me. And just a massive legend. Like The Godfather of Poker is something. Have you read that book, The Godfather of Poker? His biography. I think it's an autobiography, technically. But that was something that I really enjoyed reading, and loved watching him play growing up. And no one's really accomplished more in poker. He is like a lifetime of achievements in poker.
Right.
So that was cool. I was like with Phil and Doyle. I try not to fanboy too hard, but I have so many questions that I just want to ask him, and so many stories that I want to hear, that it's difficult to like be composed, Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I did this interview with Phil Ivey last year, and people in the comments were like, you look nervous. Like, bro, what are you talking about? This is Phil Ivey, this guy, a true legend of the game. You could literally talk to this guy for 35 days and still have more questions for the guy.
Yeah.
Because we love poker. We love playing. I love the history. I feel like I'm a historian. I love the legends. I love the way things have developed over time. In this part of it now, we're sort of in this situation. We're able to create experiences for people with content, with events like this. And when you get Doyle Brunson, the guy was the first poker ambassador in like the 60s. You said he wrote the book that got people into the game. The cowboy. This guy must have stories that we can't imagine.
You and I, we've dedicated our lives to poker and really immerse ourselves in it. So to hear the backstories of people that we've like looked up to and have like the opportunities to, discuss some of that stuff with them one-on-one is really unique. And I want to take full advantage of it every time they're like within my presence. But Phil in particular, he has like this Michael Jordan aura around him, where everybody's eyes are on him, and you just know that like you're in the presence of greatness that's generational.
I mean, he's still doing it too, right? He's still having success. He's still battling cash games. He's winning tournaments. He's traveling the world, still doing it too.
There's so few guys from that era that are still relevant today. And you have like Ivey, and you have Negreanu, and Seidel, and maybe just like a couple others who crushed it kind of in the early 2000s and are still around today, having a lot of success.